G'day everybody, it's Matt from Lawn Porn. Welcome to Lawn Porn Live, a live stream about lawns and how to get a good one. Welcome to the Middle of Nowhere series, episode 3. Not much has changed for me. I am still stuck here in Never Never Land, and a big long boring day of being by myself, and a night of being by myself. No one to chat to or anything, so I thought I'd come and chat with you guys. How are you going tonight? Friday, thank God it's Friday, but it doesn't really feel like that for me, unfortunately. I'll just check that everything's working. Looks like YouTube is blowing up. Well, that's just fantastic. I've got an error saying that I haven't got enough video to maintain a smooth stream. And it looks like I'm having technical issues. If you can hear me and see me, just let me know, please. But it looks like I've got some play up here. I'll just chat as normal. How are you going tonight? Let us know in the comments. What are you up to tonight? I'm not up to much. I'm talking to you guys. So, how's things been going at home for you? Good morning from New Jersey. Wow, that's just so cool. What's the time in New Jersey, Super? It's crazy that this is such great technology. It gets everywhere. Look, I am having trouble with my internet. It seems to be dropping out today, but look, it is what it is. I'll just keep going and see that I can do okay. So let us know what you're up to, and look, if you've got your lawn questions, drop them. We've had some pretty good things happening in the country with the COVID-19. All the cases are right down. South Australia, I think, is now 9 days in a row with no new reported cases, and that's certainly a positive thing. The sooner things get back to normal, I think it'll be great for all concerned. I'm really anxious to get back to my family. I've been, honestly feeling a little bit down while I'm here. It's away from my family, it's away from my lawn, and they're the things that I love doing. And I don't get to do it. 7 a.m. in New Jersey. Well, there you go. What's it here? It's 8:30 p.m. And thanks, Darren, for letting me know that you can hear me and see me. That's great. So I'm all good. Yeah, look, it's really boring long days here, and doing what I do. Not much is happening here. Just making sure that people are doing the right thing, and everybody down this way is. So it's really good. Look, I couldn't imagine what it'd be like to be out of work and that because of all of this. So, my heart goes out to you guys for sure. It's a bit glitchy, is it? All right. So, I've got issues, haven't I? All right. Well, I'll keep this a little bit short tonight. Then looks like it's going to play up on me a little bit. And look, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I'm so missing the gardening. And if you're stuck at home and you've got a garden to look after and do things to, I am so jealous of you right now. I would just, kill to be at home in the garden. And, Tony said there that he's aerating. I'd love to be able to do things like that. Yeah, look, the season where I live, which is 400k south of where I am now, certainly is done well over the last few days in regards to rain. We've had about 15 mils at Port Augusta, and that certainly is welcome. My wife will be sending me a picture of the lawn tomorrow, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And look, we've got some good weather following up. Lows are 10. Low 20s during the day, mid 20s, so I'm still going to get a bit of growth there, and I just wish I was there to witness it and perhaps play around a little bit with I would have mucked around with a low dose of launch, to just keep that balanced and conditioned fertilising going and assisting the root system. It's just would have been uh, yeah, it would have been fun to do and see how that goes. But look, as you know, I started that lawn very, very, very late in the season. It did a fairly heavy top dress because it's loads of ruts and really compacted soil and everything. And I was, at the time as well, like you could be going away for a long time, so I had to just get that soil down. And luckily I got to stay there a little bit. But and look, the regrowth has been good, but I'm nicknaming it the mud pie at the moment because it's there's some areas that aren't covered yet. Obviously, I've had some weeds because of all that exposed soil. Exposed to the sun and everything like that. So I'm going to get weed germination, and I'm keeping on top of that with a herbicide, a selective herbicide that doesn't affect the grass. I've got mostly Santa Ana Couch, but there's quite a few different things in it. But I'm slowly getting them out and promoting the Santa Ana. And I'm using bow and arrow weed treatment, which is a selective herbicide suitable for couch. All right, let's see if anybody's written anything down here. Matt, researching adding molasses in my spoon feeding spray. What are your thoughts? Never heard of that. So I've never heard of that at all. I don't know what the benefit would be. I'm sorry to say, Darren, but that's a new one to me. Uh, yeah, it's too windy for spraying here in SA. I suspect that because I'm up here at Maree, and it's been windy except for probably around about 4 o'clock it dropped off. But I was sitting in the car, and the car was rocking around with the wind today. So and it was windy yesterday too. So people were telling me you don't need to take a jumper or anything up to Maree, but it's been actually quite cool here. Yeah. All right. So what is the best product for killing wintergrass and cooch? Look, there's a few. A cheap option is winter grass killer, but you need to really hit it early when it first comes up. If it goes to seed, it's not going to be very effective. There's other more expensive products as well. Uh, uh, I have used the the Dave Gray's winter grass killer, and that works well too. It's easy to use, and hopefully, I won't be experiencing much winter grass where I am. I'm guessing it's going to come up. It might make my next video when I get down there interesting, something a little bit new rather than hitting just weeds. We'll see how we go. I touch wood. I don't want any winter grass in my lawn, so I'd rather it not come up. But look, really, the best way is to use pre-emergent herbicides. Embargo's one in that March, April. You can even use it in May. Span 50 mils per the 100 square metres. Water it in with about 6 mil of water, so it's just lightly in the top of the profile because that's where you want the product to be, and that'll stop the seeds of the winter grass from germinating. You need to have a lawn that's fairly well established as well and in good condition. That's why I didn't do it to mine because it's obviously a bit of a mess. Okay. A Tiff Tough field we put in by sprigging is taking shape. Tony, that's great. Yeah, and that's something you need to realise about. And that's what's so good about sod turf. When I say sod turf, that's like roll-out turf. If you've got 100 square metres of turf and you go, well, I really don't have the money to get 100 square metres of turf, look, buy 30 square metres, and in the spring, when it's a little bit warmer, so you're probably looking around about, depending on your area as well, when the lower temps are about 10 to 12 and the upper temps are around about your 25s, 26s, that's when you can effectively sprig turf, and it will take, and as the season goes on it will get better. obviously. You need to use a bit more water, keep the soil wet to promote the growth of the grass into the area, and also keep an eye on weed germination because they'll come up in your bare areas. But quite easily, that's one way of going about it. You will use more water and chemicals and everything else to establish that than you would do, fully covering the area with sod. But that's the game. Um, Look, a lot of people have got great lawns. They said, "Oh, look, I've got no money to spend on it. I've got a dirt patch, and should I go out and buy seed?" Look, I just tell those people, go to your local oval if you like kikuyu, grab a few runners and then plant it, and it'll take off. And some people have done it that way. Of course, more water and everything else, but once it's established, it's rock and roll. All right. Craig did a small dose of PGR last week. You don't need to use the PGR in winter, mate. It's not going to grow. Look, okay, you're in Brisbane. Your dormant season is probably like 2 days, but you're lucky buggers. But it'll slow down that much that you can just keep on top with the regular mowing. And look, if I was in Brisbane and I was in winter and I had to mow, once every 2 weeks, that would please me no end. So yeah, don't use the PGR until after your renovations recovered in spring. Are you doing a charger giveaway tonight? Well, I wasn't planning it, but do people want to do a? I'll do a giveaway. Jackson was the winner last night. I can do. Let me know what products you want me to give away. We'll sort of select. We'll have a bit of a vote. So if you're wanting 4 seasons, write 4 seasons. If you want to try history or something, put history up. We'll give something away tonight for sure. It'd be nice and easy. And I'll just wait for a few of the responses. I've got a huge amount of 11 viewers. I think being a Friday night, everybody's out partying. But look, I sure appreciate that you're here, and it gives me something to do to make my night go a little bit quicker as well. It's a great way for us to connect, and it's all good. So, so I'll wait for a few responses. What else have we got in the range? We got, thanks, the boys, thanks for subscribing. Really appreciate that. If you're here and you're not subscribed, man, give us a subscribe. It really helps. It's real good. So we've got 1 vote for history. So, all right, history is leading the pack. I'll just wait to get some more votes. So, another 1 for history. Could be history. Don't forget there's charger, there's launch, there's root builder, moist. Stock up on your moist. Ask for what you're low in, sort of thing. Charger, history, 4 seasons. Yeah, 4 seasons actually is a good winter fertilizer. I'll just wait for a few more responses. Now we've got 2 for 4 seasons, 3 for 4 seasons, and we've got 3 for history. Connor Ward has a new mower. That's good. All right, so another 1 for history. I think, the boys has done that twice. 1 for Greenlight in there. Always a good product, Greenlight. It's quite good for the winter as well because it'll deepen that colour a bit, and that iron will give it a bit more protection. But look, I think we'll go history tonight. All right, so I've got to think of something to do. Something to say. So, caught me with my pants down. I'm unorganised. I might do some trivia. I'm just going to refer to my phone to get a trivia question and see if I can find something that maybe you guys know. Just give me a moment. So we are going to do a draw for... Hey, buddy, you are alive. Yeah, only just. Okay. Oh, geez, do I get the Do I get the answers with these? So I'm looking at my phone for a question because I noticed that somebody last night said maths. They didn't like maths, so maybe I should do a trivia question. Okay, top trivia questions. All right. Okay, this is for a bottle of Charger. This is a good one. When Michael Jordan played for the Chicago Bulls, how many NBA championships did he win? Australian people only, unfortunately, because I can only deliver in Australia. So I apologise to our New Jersey watcher if he's still here. So the question was, when Michael Jordan played for the Chicago Bulls, how many NBA championships did he win? For a bottle of bottle of history. Might have said Charger before. Sorry, I got Charger on the brain. Who knows Connor Ward? Yeah, Connor Ward's got a great YouTube channel. He's a lot of fun. I reckon he's really different in the way he does his stuff too. Got a lot of viewers. Just a cool guy. Doesn't worry too much about his production. Here we go. Jace Simmons, you've won, mate. Number 6. Yeah, six NBA championships. Marty was keen there. He had 12. So, yeah, that is correct. 6 is the correct answer. I can show you that because that's on my phone. So there you go. Might be able to see that. I don't know. Maybe it's a bit hard to see. It's a bit funny with the light. That's great. So who was that winner again? Jace. Jace Simmons. Mate, send us a email to matt@lawnpornonline.com. Give us your correct name, correct physical address. We don't do PO boxes. An email, a telephone number, and we can get that prize out to you. So congratulations, mate. And History is a great product for your African black beetle and billbug. You put it down, water it in lightly, and it'll give you a nice 3-month protection. And a litre of that goes a long, long way because it's 50 mils per the 100 square metres, I think, from memory. And certainly that'll keep you going for quite some time. If it's if you're looking for history and you're not as lucky as Jason, you have to buy it, and you can't find it in your local shops, definitely check out Tool Room. I'm not going to use this from last night. There you go. There it is there, Tool Room, and I had the history picture last night, so that worked out well. But look, you choose the prizes, I didn't, so and make Bugs history. If you go to toolroom.com.au, they've got an online store there. They've got all the lawn porn stuff and a few extra things, and it's well worth a check out. So I'll go back to the questions and see what we've got there. Just once again, thanks for joining in and giving me something to do. I get a real thrill out of doing live stuff, and it entertains me, and hopefully it entertains you. And chatting about lawns is what I like to do, so that's a rock and roll. All right. 27. Caleb Johns, 27 championships. That would take like 27 years to do that, and yeah. No NBA knowledge for Terry. Yeah, sorry, mate. Maybe I should have done some cricket ones, but I just chucked it up there. Can you give away a Time Master 30-inch that Connor Ward has? Well, yeah, I don't think Toro are going to flick me a $20,000 mower just for a live stream prize. Yeah, would be nice though if they did. I did make some inquiries about the Greenmaster 1000, I think it was, and it was like a brand new one's like 16,000. I just went, nice, but yeah, out of my budget. You see the older Toros up there, that are like 2,500, and people grab them thinking it's a bit of a bargain and stuff like that. But when it comes to parts and service and everything, they soon get a shock, you know. But you know, you can get lucky with those things, and yeah, they're really impressive mowers if you can get hold of them. Just fantastic cuts for sure. All right, the difference between centre and wintergreen. That is an interesting question. To me, wintergreen, like looking at it, it looks a bit more like it's got a bit more stem to it than what, and it's really hard to explain it, I suppose. A bit more stem to it than the Santa Ana. Santa Ana sort of comes straight out and sort of spreads, where wintergreen sort of goes up that little bit and then spreads. So it's a little bit hard to explain. It feels like barefoot. It feels just that little bit harder. Like Santa Ana is the softest thing I've ever sort of walked on barefoot with Coach. So there's that difference there. I tend to think that wintergreen has just that little bit wider leaf blade, not by much. I've never seen actual wintergreen when it's in a seeding phase, so I haven't seen what the seed heads are like. But I imagine it's pretty similar to any Cooch. You've got mozzies in here, sorry. That's my experience with wintergreen. If I had a choice between Santa Ana and wintergreen, I'd go Santa Ana every time. But look, that's just me. It's like there's, if you're looking at Tiff Tough compared to Santa Ana, you just wouldn't know the difference. But once you get a little bit more experience with it, you'll notice that the growth habit is a little bit different. Tiff Tough wants to stand up a bit more than what Santa Ana does, where Santa Ana wants to spread laterally. Okay, no worries. Caleb wants to win something once in his life. I know that feeling, mate. That's cool. I'm sorry you weren't the winner tonight. Matt, best cylinder mowing height for my Tiff Tough through winter in Brisbane. I'm about 14 mils now, and that's pretty good. I did 15 mil with mine over winter last winter, and it did quite well. It didn't do too bad until I sort of like, it's a little bit hard to explain. The area that was near the veranda was shaded all winter. Obviously the lawn condition left it a bit, and a couple of times when I mowed it, because the ground was a little bit dippy there, I sort of gutsed into the sward a little bit, just because of the mower dip, and because I was cutting it the other way as well, I sort of made it worse rather than better. So I lost a bit of condition there, and the area went a bit, died off a little bit. So, but if it's generally sunny, which Cooch really needs 60% sun, not being not in the sun for 4 months, it'll do really well at 15 mil. Look, 15 to 20 mil, and the thing about Cooch in winter, like, don't stress it. You don't need to mow it that much. You just want it nice and thick. Get the best autumn condition you can, and just let it be. Once it hits dormancy, just let it sit. You don't need to mow it. Yeah, it starts looking a bit crappy at the near to the end of winter, or if it's a especially cold winter. If you do get frost, give it a 5-minute water. That always helps. It's a case of 15 to 20 mil will do very, very well with Tiff Tough during the winter, especially in Brizzy. Okay, Jace is a huge NBA fan, and well, there's that Netflix show about the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan, isn't there? I haven't watched that one yet though, but that seems to be number one on Netflix at the moment. So, Uh, what are your thoughts on the height of the cut of buffalo lawns? See some cutting down to 20 mil with cylinder mowers, and other cutting as long as 80 millimeters. Yeah, it's really really different, and the low cut with the buffalo is definitely achievable, but it's like anything else. You have to really train it. You will, the ones that do it really well don't have lots of laterals in it, and they do their renovation and chop up those laterals a bit and thin it out a bit. You see the ones that do the 20 mil, but they've just got it so low, and they see all these really long stolons being the lateral runners, and it sort of looks, it's like it's got lines through it. It's a bit hard to explain. It's not consistent, and it's still healthy, but it just doesn't look the guts to me anyway. And then when you've got the ones that do it the 20 mil and it's really really nice, it's because they're controlling their laterals and everything else, and it's a bit more consistent. And like I said, that'll take time. The real sweet spot, I reckon, for buffalo is that 30 to 50 mil if you're doing with a cylinder mower, because you got more leaf going, which is a lot easier to sort of like bend over than if you've got it real low and you sort of got nothing to bend, because you've got all the sort of the stem and the lateral stolen thing there, and that doesn't obviously bend, and there's less leaf to bend over in the sun, sort of thing. It's a bit hard to explain, but when you go to that 30 to 50 mil, certainly that's great. Now then you got the people that go 80 mil, and they really like it long, and that's it's really that the like the American sort of the style of the St. Augustine, which is Sir Walter Buffalo, the lawn care nut, mow taller, and you see people with lawns and edges that are straight, and it's like about this long, and they love it, it depends on your style. Realise that when you got a longer lawn, you'll have more shade to the surface. Now that has good things of it conserves a bit of water, because it's shading your ground, so you won't get the evaporation from the ground. But at the same time, there's more plant matter, and that will cause more thatch. So thatch to a certain level is a good thing, but if it builds up and starts getting really thick, then water, air and nutrients can't get down to the soil profile, and that's when things can start getting a bit hairy, because that thatch layer can really promote disease if water's not getting away. So that's my thoughts on it. I'm not a buffalo man myself, but I certainly appreciate those that like it. I just find it's not as soft to walk on, but some people really like the look of the wide blade, and that's what they go for. So it's quite hardy as well. Can handle a bit of traffic, and once you've got you got it all nice and thick, it's quite water efficient. So can I give away a hat? Sorry, I don't have any hats, Bailey. Apologies for that. I do all my merchandise now through someone else. If you go to lawnportonline.com and hit the merchandise button, it'll take you to her website, and she does custom made stuff. So if you want a pink lawn porn shirt, you can get it made. It was just too difficult for me for running everything else, plus having a full-time job, plus doing videos, and plus doing everything else that I do for Lawn Porn. I answer a lot of questions. I'm a little bit behind at the moment, so I'm just trying to play catch up. So and it's really really good quality stuff. This is a hoodie, obviously, and I've even got it on the back here. Don't know if you can see that. And she'll make it custom design for you. So she's a good girl, and I'm sorry that's not that's not a a giveaway as such. I might have a chat to her and see what I can rush up. I'll get something going during spring, I guess. Uh, I don't. Yeah. Now this is a good question. Growing degree days with applying PGR. Look, no, I don't. I try and simplify it. With PGR, I'll start after my renovations recovered. So you're looking late September, early October, and I'll start off with a light dose, and it'll start working, and you'll notice the difference. And when you notice that you got to mow a bit more, and it starts letting go, and it starts growing. It starts growing quite a bit. You just sort of like realise that the plant growth regulator is let go. Then I'll use plant growth regulator again with a bit more than the lightest dose, and go that way. And I just play it by ear, like once a month, sort of is thereabouts. Now, look, that's not following growing degree days, but that's the way I just do it simply for myself. I'll use PGR. I haven't been using it on my lawn at the present because it's not growing in and everything like that. But had I still was at the old place or whatever, PGR, yeah, I would have used probably the last lot last month, and then not worried about it. So about April is about where I end it usually. So I play it bit by ear, and I don't go by growing degree days. I keep my eye on the weather and everything like that. So start of the growing season, start low after my recovery, go up higher during the summertime and the late spring and the summertime, and keep that going to late summer, early autumn, because my autumns are usually really quite warm still. A couple of years ago, for the first 2 weeks of autumn, it was 45 every day. It was absolutely nuts. And then April will be a heavy dose, and then it'll let go going into May, and then I might decide to do a low dose once the grass starts letting go, or the product's letting go, should I say. So I hope I'm making sense there. So no, I don't do growing degree days with applying PGR. I don't think it's really necessary if you don't go overboard with the product. So, Terry's got his buffalo down to 14 mil, but it's a lot of work, so he's going back to 20 mil, and that's probably got to do with the laterals, I'd imagine, Terry, because it just doesn't look right with all these long runners in it. You have to constantly chop them out, and that's can be a lot of work. Well, look, I have yabbered for 33 minutes, which may be a bit glitchy by the looks of this screen. I'm getting this error again that my signal isn't that great. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And Jace, if you give me an email, matt@lawnpornonline.com, we'll get that bottle of history out to you organised. And look, thanks everybody for stopping by for sure. I'm going to be doing these at 8:30 p.m. SA time every night until I get to go back home in probably about 6 days or something like that, I think now. It certainly gives me something to do, and I'm going nuts here for sure. It's really, really hard, a little bit depressing, but look, I've got some people to talk to, and I talk to people online. People give me phone calls and that. I'm in phone range, so it's not totally bad. And look, I'll be doing this show with you